Chandrababu Naidu is in flashback mode to what he thinks were his best years when industry used to gush over him and call him the CEO of Andhra Pradesh Incorporated. Which is why his party, the Telugu Desam, has put up these hoardings. This one showing Naidu in the company of Bill Gates in 1997. A meeting that led to Microsoft opening its windows to set up its center in Hyderabad.
I'm 100% sure about him because he's already proven. Microsoft, Google, thousands of IT companies in today Hyderabad. That is because of that legendary person, Chandrababu Naidu.
Sometimes we feel it's a show off. Of course, if not now, when he is.
When he was Chief Minister, Naidu did show off. He would often talk of Vision 2020 to suggest that he would remain in power for the first 20 years of the 21st century. But the voters in 2004 had other ideas and locked this IT-savvy Chief Minister out of power. After 10 years as the leader of the opposition, Naidu is desperate to get back his job.
This is by far Naidu's most important election. A third successive defeat will deflate his party's symbol, the bicycle, beyond repair. And he will be relegated to the list of political has-beens.
But this time, last 10 years, TDP has been out of power both in Hyderabad as well as in Delhi. It was an unfriendly government, it was a hostile government in Delhi. And if they lose this election, I think the sustainability or survival of Telugu Desam party after 2019 or until 2019 will be in doubt. And it is also very, very crucial time for Chandrababu Naidu. If he loses this election, his winnability will be questioned by the ranks and file of the party.
Ever since the Telangana agitation began, Naidu has struggled to safeguard his interests in Telangana. His two eyes policy did not work. The TDP is today seen more as an Andhra party or a coastal belt party in Telangana. And even in Simandhra, he is criticized for having given a letter in support of bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh in 2008.
The dust is slowly settling on the acrimonious division debate, but then Naidu has cleverly steered the debate to talk about who can develop both the residuary state of Andhra Pradesh as well as Telangana better. And that is why he is showcasing his CV, highlighting his achievements in Hyderabad.
That's the spiel Naidu dishes out even during his campaign in Hyderabad, taking credit for every symbol of progress that made its way into the city since 1995.
Hyderabad city ni, high-tech city ni, infrastructure anta chesam. Deeniki karanam aa roju NDA government Delhi lo undi.
His critics are quick to dub him a master of jugglery, arguing fake publicity cannot win the day for Naidu.
If he was a great chief minister and he was so much for development and if he had met so many people in the world, I would like to know from him a straight answer whether he could improve the economic growth of the state. 84 to 94, the economic growth of the state was 5.7% per annum. 94 to 2004, it is again 5.7%. And in a disaggregated manner, industry during 84-94% annually grew at 8%, as against 6% during Chandrababu Naidu's time. So these are all the facts. They are available in the Central Statistical Organization of Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. I am not talking out of myself.
Realizing his electoral battle is against YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, Naidu has made it a point to mount a personal and very bitter attack on him, even going to the extent of saying those who vote for the YSR Congress should be sent to prison.
People will vote corrupt people, known corrupt people. Then God only can save this country, not human beings. It cannot happen in history.
With the Congress having written its political epitaph in Simandhra, it is a straight contest between Naidu and Jagan in the 13th district.
The life and death battle for Jagan and Naidu, and both are moving heaven and earth to defeat each other because the Congress is decimated there. So therefore the entire political space is polarized between TDP and YSRCP.
To get that edge over Jagan, Naidu went back on his earlier utterances on Narendra Modi and the BJP. After his loss in 2004, Naidu had blamed his decision to continue support to the NDA after the Gujarat riots for his loss and had sworn to never have any truck with the BJP ever. But 10 years is a long time in politics, and Naidu is hoping the BJP-TDP alliance will work well both in terms of arithmetic and chemistry.
Namo in other parts of India stands for Narendra Modi, but ask TDP leaders and they will point out that it stands for Naidu and Modi. Modi for PM and Naidu for CM has been the Telugu Desam slogan. On the other hand, Jagan has been quick to point out that he will support anyone but the Congress at the centre, and that has been interpreted as a thumbs up to the NDA. Clearly, Modi has both Naidu and Jagan eating out of his hand in Andhra Pradesh.
Narendra Modi.
Opinion polls have indicated that Modi's brand equity is helping the TDP get an edge. Whether that will be good enough to translate into seats and a majority in the Andhra Pradesh Assembly will be tested. But the fact remains that Naidu in 2014 is far better prepared to cycle back to power than he was in 2004 and 2009.
In any alliance, both parties gain from each other. And when the answer of alliance mathematics is 2 plus 2 is 6, so that becomes the trick of alliance and the real strength of alliance. What is important is the alliance is working well on the ground. As I am reviewing constituency after constituency, people are happy, both are working. Wherever there are little problems, we are solving, we are coordinating with each other, and this will give a landslide victory in Simandhra, and we will win, we will present a surprise win even in Telangana.
However, skeptics like historian Kancha Ilaiah feel the alliance with the BJP may prove to be Naidu's big blunder this election.
Unfortunately, Chandrababu Naidu has gone into the fold of BJP. Not that BJP came into the fold of Chandrababu Naidu. It was not possible for that. Now there is a fear among Dalit Christians across the coastal region, because let us not forget the fact that the Dalit Christian population in coastal Andhra Pradesh and the entire present Andhra Pradesh state is about 18 to 20%. Registered, unregistered, even in the tribal areas, and only even if 10 to 12% Christians consciously talk about their Christianity and consciously disown BJP as a pro-communal party, then I think Naidu is going to have a doomsday.
We welcome you for a historic moment.
But at the moment, Naidu is on a high. His desperation has not prevented him, however, from bargaining hard and demanding his pound of flesh so vociferously that at one point the BJP almost gave up the idea of hunting jointly with him. In the end, Naidu ensured the BJP got only a handful of seats in Simandhra. He realizes that while he needs Modi, the Gujarat Chief Minister also needs to showcase his inclusion in the NDA as a trophy alliance partner. If there is anything that can win Jagan Mohan Reddy the 2014 election, it is this ability to connect at a personal level. Barring the 16 months he spent inside Hyderabad Central Prison, Jagan, since YSR's death, has spent most of his time visiting more villages and towns than any other politician in Andhra Pradesh. And what Jagan is to Naidu, Naidu is to Jagan, a hate figure.
Chandrababu Naidu garu ane vyakti mukhyamantri ga unnaru. Aa Chandrababu Naidu garu ane vyakti విశ్వసనీయత అన్న పదానికి అర్థం ఏమిటో తెలియదు. ఆ రోజులు నాకు ఇంకా గుర్తున్నాయి. ఆ చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి అనే వ్యక్తికి నిజాయితీ అన్న పదానికి అర్థం ఏమిటో కూడా తెలియని రోజులు ఇవాళకి కూడా నా కళ్ళ ఎదురునే కనిపిస్తా ఉన్నాయి.
Jagan has essentially depended on the vote bank cultivated by YSR, thanks to the welfare agenda he pursued. This helped him win the majority of by-polls held in 2012, making him the front-runner to become CM of Andhra state in 2014.
Because of the YSR Congress party's welfareism agenda, in fact, Rajshekar Reddy's track record of welfareism and his Robin Hood kind of politics. So there may be many corruption scams, but ultimately people are not worried about the loot of public exchequer. They are only interested in what they get today.
As opposed to Chandrababu Naidu, who tried to keep his feet in both the Telangana and Seemandhra boats, Jagan cut his losses in Telangana and focused entirely on Seemandhra. This was expected to pay him rich electoral dividends. But as elections come closer, Naidu seems to be catching up with a little help from Narendra Modi.
The constant chatter about Jagan's corruption cases in which he is accused, number one, seems to be having an impact in the urban constituencies.
We don't recognize at all. They are only trying to create some euphoria, and it is something like their symbol of a fan also denotes the same thing. The moment power supply cuts off, fan cuts off, the power supply is nothing but the corrupt money what they have accumulated and they are spending. So they are putting as a bet, okay? Whereas cycle doesn't require any power, it goes on in all times. That is what we believe.
In the run-up to the elections, Jagan also made it clear that he is open to supporting anyone but the Congress in New Delhi. This is obviously being interpreted as an indication that he is open to doing business with Modi. More because of the Damocles sword of the CBI and Enforcement Directorate cases hanging on his neck.
And you know, he has these cases, CBI and ED. Being in office and not being in office makes a lot of difference in such a situation. And then he'll have to, you know, cash in before the memory of his father and the good deeds, the so-called good deeds of his father, are still fresh in the minds of the people. So this election is very crucial for him. If this election it doesn't work for him in this election, by 2019, Rajshekar Reddy, his fees reimbursement, or you know, his 2 rupees kilo rice, and you know, all those other schemes which Jagan wants people to, you know, understand that he will continue those. No, they will not have any traction in 2019.
While Naidu promises to convert Andhra Pradesh into Singapore, Jagan says that he will make the new capital of the state like Washington DC. And in Telangana, it is mission reconstruction, according to KCR, who aspires to be the architect of modern Telangana.
The Telangana Rashtra Samiti is never known to do well in general elections. It won 26 assembly seats in 2004 in an alliance with the Congress and just 10 in 2009 when it contested with the TDP, which is why its critics dismiss it as a party of by-elections.
However, TRS, there are only 2 people. It's a party of by-elections on the sentiment. For example, there are only two MPs and they were not together at the time of the bill passage, as a matter of fact. In a 540 plus Lok Sabha members, how can anybody imagine or understand the 2-member party will influence the passage of the bill? Where were they? They were not seen. They never said anything on the floor of the House. On the contrary, Congress has managed it well. Congress obstructed the other people's obstructions. So, it is the Congress that gets the credit. People know about it.
Ponnala Lakshmaya doesn't seem to have his ear to the ground, because those are not the voices we hear on the streets in Telangana, like for instance at this flower market in Hyderabad.
देखो क्रेडिट कांग्रेस को नहीं आता, वो 14 साल से लड़ रहे हैं केसीआर ने, ये काली बातें में चलते जाता, वो प्रेशर में दिया है, वो कैसे भी वो ऑलरेडी आंध्र प्रदेश जब था ना, विभाजन नहीं हुआ ना, इससे पहले तो ऑलरेडी कांग्रेस वॉश आउट है, इसीलिए आंध्र में जाता बोल के इधर थोड़ा सीट के लिए दिया है वो सोनिया गांधी ने.
For the first time in a general election, the TRS has decided to go it alone. but by allowing 4 members of his family, including himself, to contest 2 parliament and 3 assembly seats, KCR has come in for much criticism.
डॉक्टर का बेटा डॉक्टर बन रहा तो कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, अगर लीडर का बेटा अगर लीडरी में आके अगर पूछा तो एक के लिए कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन 8, 9, 10 लोग खानदान के सारे लोग अगर सियासत में आ जाएंगे तो लोगों में ये तस्वर हो जाएगा भाई आपके खानदान पूरा के पूरा, फिर आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है, लूटम लाट मचाएंगे, पहले बदनाम है आप लोग.
If TRS as a party sees an advantage in winning a electoral seat, I don't think there is anything wrong. And what I can do from my side and what I think TRS or our family should do, we should definitely try and give it a appeal that it will not be primarily a family-led party. In the sense, there should be a democratic process. We are trying to, go there, and we want to give opportunities to everybody from every section of the society.
While the common man in both states looks for better opportunity, the politicians have made acrimony and bitterness their mainstay this election. Unfortunate, given that Andhra Pradesh has just gone through the angst of separation.
Hopefully the 2 new governments of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, irrespective of who heads it, can decide to put the politics behind and embark on a process of reconciliation. That's it then on this episode of Up South. Thanks for watching.